Hello students, let's do some grammar and spelling work today. We used to do this in class with whiteboards, whiteboard markers. You probably don't have that, so if you could, please get a pencil or a pen and a piece of paper, and let's get started. So dictation, I'll read a sentence 2-3 times, and you have to write out the sentence and write it out properly, spelling, punctuation, everything, and then we'll see how we do. And we'll go from there, okay? So I'm going to read just from the opening chapters from Where the Red Fern Grows. So are you ready to go? Pause if you're not. Here we are. Write down, I almost cried at what I saw. I almost cried at what I saw. Okay, pause if you need to, but here we go. So this is our basic starter. I almost cried at what I saw. Basic capitals. I've been reading some of your work online, and a lot of you are writing with the lowercase I for I, capital, and then of course period. Okay, next up. Ready? He whined and licked my hand. He whined and licked my hand. Okay. So should be something like that. Now what I want you to do with that sentence is I want you to underline any verbs you see, any verbs. Remember, verbs are action words. Okay. Whined is an action, licked is an action. Next I want you to circle any nouns. Circle the nouns. Hand. Why didn't I circle he and my? Well, I want you to put a box around all pronouns. Just words taking the place of a noun, a proper noun. Got it? Next up. We got a harder one now. I could tell by the look on his face that he wanted to help me, but couldn't. I could tell by the look on his face that he wanted to help me, but couldn't. Note that pause at the end. Here we go again. I could tell by the look on his face that he wanted to help me, but couldn't. Give it a shot, pause, and you should have something like this. Okay. Note. Couldn't. Contraction there. Okay, now keep it up. I want you this time to underline all the prepositions. Ooh, remember working with those prepositions. Okay, underline all the prepositions. If you forget what a preposition is, remember this sentence. The rabbit ran the house. Fill in the blank. The rabbit ran for the house. The rabbit ran by the house. The rabbit ran under the house. So those words, by, under, for, into, are prepositions. So underline the prepositions. I could tell by the look. I missed one. By the look on his face. Wanted to. Very good. Next up. The next one I'm just making up this sentence, okay? Mr. Millette said, I hope we can get back to school soon so we can finish floor hockey. Again, Mr. Millette said, I hope we can get back to school so we can finish floor hockey. One more time. I should have a deeper voice for my stuff. Mr. Millette said, I hope we can get back to school so we can finish floor hockey. Got it? Okay, pause it if you don't. But it should be like this. So proper, if you spelled my name wrong, but always the proper nouns, people's names, places, capitals to start. Note my little comma, not exclamation mark, quotation marks, and then I rock through it, and at the end I did a little exclamation mark. You could have done period. That would have been correct. And of course finish the quote. There you go. Next up, building on that proper noun, what I just said about that in capitals, I got a hard one for you, some trickier grade 5 words. Premier Scott Moe said we will proceed with caution. So the little quote at the end. Again, Premier Scott Moe said we will proceed with caution. One more time. Premier Scott Moe said we will proceed with caution. It means I'm quoting him. I just pulled this up from the internet, so it must be true. Here we are. Premier, First Minister Scott Moe, not too hard to spell, said we will proceed with caution. Quotation marks. Very good. Can you please underline the preposition again, please? With. Okay. And that's good. Tricky spelling. Now it's time for you to be somewhat creative. I want you to think about what you would like to eat tonight for supper. What's your top supper choice and why? And you're going to write that in the sentence. So I would like to eat because, okay? So write that out, pause if you need to. And maybe you have the same thing I do. Here's mine. I would like to eat burgers tonight because they are my favorite food. Okay, so do your own. I can't look at it, sorry, but practice. Okay, so now take the food you've chosen, and I want you to write a sentence with 3 adjectives describing the food. So adjective describe the noun. So I have burgers. I want to describe the burgers I ate or am eating. Okay, so here we go. The burger I ate was juicy, charred, and we'll go delicious. Burger I ate was juicy, charred, and delicious. So burger, and then I'm describing it with juicy, charred, and delicious. Describe your food. 3 adjectives. No, comma after juicy, and you can put one after charred before the and. It's called the Oxford comma. Okay. Okay, we'll just do one more, just a sentence dictation. So here we go. I went for a 30-minute run this morning. Have you exercised yet? So write that down. 2 sentences. I went for a 30-minute run this morning. Have you exercised yet? Last one. I went for a 30-minute run this morning. Have you exercised yet? So pause if you need to. Actually, 2 sentences. Question mark at the end. A little bit of spelling trick. And your answer, hopefully, is a big yes. Yes, you've exercised. You should. Go outside. Go for a jog if you can. Bike ride. You got a little gym in the basement. I do. It's pretty sweet. Maybe I'll show it to you guys sometime. Make sure you're staying active. So we'll stop there with our little sentence writing dictation. And I'll hit you up again next week with it. Probably review subject, predicate, things like that. I want to keep you guys fresh and writing and making sure you're not making the same mistake over and over again. And I don't know. See you guys later. Have a great weekend.